I wonder if, like, I'm not sure if there's a second Sayori confession. I'm pretty sure there's no Monika confession. I think. But I bet if I go a bit more in Yuri's direction, she could also confess. And I'm interested to see if there's going to be a different track of my confession, my feelings there too. If it has kind of more Yuri instrument like something. It's just that I have my eyes on someone else right now. I wish it didn't have to play out like this. To a degree, I like Natsuki the same way. No, you don't. I just didn't have many other options and I want to go with Yuri completely last now. But I have a serious chance of getting with Monika. I don't think I should pass up on that opportunity quite yet. I've gotten so far. So it's always Sayori who gets the blame. I know you just want him all to yourself. You acting nice is just for show. We all know it. Well, I'm sure we can sort things out with her. She just needs a little time to cool off. Well, with how she reacted, I doubt that's going to be anytime soon. Yeah, you're probably right. She started screaming and cursing at me the moment she came back from talking to you. Wow. I've never seen her mad like this. It's concerning to say the least. I'm really sorry I brought you into this, Monika. I didn't even bring you up or anything. It was all her. I'm not mad at you, Chloe. Don't worry. It's clear that Natsuki's had this pent up for a while now. I'm sure she'll get over and come to respect our relationship. Whatever we decide to make of it. A grin forces its way onto my face as Monika says that. Monika is... I'm the one she has a problem with anyways. Aggression. I mean, what reason do they have to suspect? We've hung out as friends, even despite us having our moments. At least I wasn't stupid enough to spout my confession without making sure he liked me. That's now to Natsuki. That's hard to do when we need to compete with you for his attention. You see him the most out of all of us. Yeah, that was to Sayori. Oh, but this time around we get a text from Monika. It's for Monika. If you're free, I want to talk to you about what happened in person. I contemplate my response. Considering how Monika behaved earlier, I'm not sure if I want to be around her right now. She acted like a completely different person. It was kind of terrifying. But maybe she just wants to apologize for her behavior. And maybe I should see her just to make sure she's doing okay. Yes, come over, Monika. I should smooth things over with Monika. So I texting back. Yeah, if you want, you can come over to my place. Monika quickly replies back. Alright, I'll be right over. Just got out of the nurse's office. Hope Natsuki didn't punch you too hard. I hope Yuri didn't slap you too hard. It was nothing too bad, thankfully. I just got an ice pack. Everything feels fine now. I'm glad to hear it. I'll see you in a bit. Sounds good. After I text Monika my address, I put my phone down and stare back at my ceiling. Man, what am I even going to say to her? This day's been a complete catastrophe. Catastrophe. I don't even know what I'm going to say to Monika, let alone know what she's going to say to me. Maybe she just wants to make sure I'm not actually quitting the literature club. I mean, I haven't known her to be a shallow person, but today all my expectations went out of the window. Well, the least I could do is tidy up the living room for Monika's arrival. I get off my bed and head downstairs to start cleaning up the living room. Just as I finish cleaning the living room, I hear the doorbell ring. Coming, coming! I take a deep breath before walking over and opening the door. As expected, I find Monika waiting on my porch. She smiles at me through a pained, somber expression. I wordlessly invite her in. After closing the door behind us, I lead Monika to the living room. Both take our seats on the couch and able to make consistent eye contact with one another. I bow my head as I try to figure out something to break the tension. I'm not even sure where to begin. She really didn't need to escalate things with Natsuki like that, yeah. Last time I'm pretty sure she brought up her father. I think she also struck Natsuki too. But I'm pretty sure the reason this whole thing started to begin. I'm pretty much the reason this whole thing started to begin with, so I'm probably the one to blame for all this. And that's fine with me. Monika finally looks me in the eyes as she winces in pain, decides to break the ice. Who knew Natsuki can hit so hard, huh? Monika and I share a nervous laugh that quickly fades after a few seconds. Well, she's stronger than she looks, that's for certain. In hindsight, we did learn a lot about everybody today. That's one way of putting it. I just wish it didn't have to come to this. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. I didn't want everyone to fight over me. I didn't think everyone liked me to begin with. Dealing with Natsuki was hard enough, but I don't think I can process all 4 of you liking me. Is it true what Natsuki said? Is it true that you were writing a song just for me? Was this a surprise for me all along? Monika tightens her fist as she closes her eyes. She sniffs a couple of times before finally speaking. Yes, Monika says as her voice breaks. I jar back in surprise. Really? Monika finally breaks. Yes, I wrote you a song. It was meant to celebrate your time with us in a literature club. But over time, it took on a different meaning. Put in so much thought and emotion into how I felt about you. It became so much more than just a simple celebration song. It became a love song. About us. Monika starts sobbing as I sit there, stunned in silence. How did I not see this coming? More importantly, Monika spent all that time on something just for me. I hand Monika my tissue box. She gently plucks the tissue from the box and uses it to wipe her tears away. Thank you, Chloe. Yeah, no problem. We sit for the next few moments in silence. I sit there frozen in shock as I attempt to process the situation. I guess my chances of getting with Monika were better than I thought all along. But with how she acted out today, I'm a little shaky on everything. I've been thinking about what we could be for a while now, Chloe. Ever since we've started talking, I've never felt better. You haven't failed to put a smile on my face or make me laugh once. I can truly be myself around you and have to act all formal around you. I know you don't want me to boost your ego or status around the school. You're definitely not like most guys I've had to put up with. And you've been a fantastic member of the literature club. Guess what I'm trying to say is, I've really enjoyed having you in my club. And I wouldn't want to lose you. My face is flushed with embarrassment as Monika finishes her speech. I never expect to have that kind of impact on Monika in such a short time. I tried to fumble out some sort of answer. Well, Monika, I really appreciate everything you said there. And I don't want to leave the club at all. I love it there. And I love talking to you too. But you crossed the line with what you said to Natsuki. It's not something I'd ever expect to hear coming from someone like you. You're better than that. I know I went too far with what I said. Just something in me snapped. Sorry. Well, in any case, I really think you two should apologize to each other. I hope we will. I'm holding out hope that everything will be resolved. I'm holding out hope that everything will be resolved tomorrow. Are you sure that we can move all past all this soon? I don't think we've ever had a fight this bad. Just trust me on this one, okay? I'll try. So, are you coming back to the club tomorrow? I briefly paused to think it over. Well, if Monika plans to apologize to Natsuki, she'll probably be there to smooth things over with everyone else. I'll do it. I should probably apologize to Natsuki as well. Getting rejected isn't easy, and I let her on when I shouldn't have. I should talk to the others to make sure there's no other misunderstandings. That sounds like a plan. So, are we cool? As long as you promise not to act that way again, and you go through on your promise to apologize, then yes. That's fair. Thank you for giving me this chance to talk to you. After everything, that's the least I can do. I hope you feel better too. Thanks, Chloe. I appreciate it. I offer Monika a handshake. She outstretches her head and gently wraps her fingers around mine. We awkwardly shake hands for a few seconds before we decide that it was a little too formal for us. I'll see you tomorrow, Chloe. Rest up. Thanks, you too. I lead Monika out the door and gently close it behind her. I watch out the window as Monika gracefully walks off to the horizon in the direction of school. That wasn't too bad. I mumbled to myself. I'm still surprised Monika went out of her way to make sure everything was alright with me. Even though she was awful during that fight, I'm glad that she recognized her mistakes. I just hope everything goes smoothly tomorrow. After finishing my nightly routine, I finally collapse on my bed, letting this comforting feeling take me with open arms. As I slowly drift off to sleep, I begin to reflect on my talk with Monika earlier. I'm glad that we were able to work things out and come to an understanding, but I still have my work cut out for me. Things are going to be a mess with Natsuki. I'm probably going to have to start from square one again with Sayori. Ah, damn it, I forgot to text her. She's probably asleep by now. And why wouldn't she want to talk to me? Why would she want to talk to me now anyways? Keeping my distance for the day was probably for the best. Well, tomorrow's going to be so much fun. It's best not to try to think about it too much and just save up my energy. It's going to be eventful and stressful no matter how it goes down. Hopefully there's no more stupid nightmares too. With my prayer complete, I finally drift off to sleep. You've played your part beautifully, my love. We'll be together very soon. I just need to tidy up a few things. Monika. How are things going to go down with her? I'm sure that Monika can smooth things over with Natsuki, but are things really going to be the same after today? I don't think Monika's the type of person who can just forgive a person for hating her like that. But it's been a strange few days. Who knows what will happen? Still need to sort everything out with Sayori as well. Hopefully she'll meet outside. One thing I'm going to leave that up for the final review. I think world building will have its own little, not chapter, but section for me to talk about in the review. Because I've noticed even more strange things in the world building. Though I have something that I want to ease up on a bit as well. But I will go harsh on the world building. I walk out the front door and look around to see that Sayori is nowhere to be seen. As I'm pulling out my phone to text her, I notice out of the corner of my eye something hanging on my door. I fully turn myself around to find a piece of paper taped to my door. That wasn't there before. I anxiously walk up to my door for a closer look. Looks like it's a letter from Sayori. Grow up. Sometimes I wish I could be a kid forever. I long for the days when things were simpler. When my toughest problem was wanting a toy I couldn't have, and staying up late was exciting. But I outgrew the toys and games from back then, and I grew bigger clothing, and I wear bigger clothing now too. I've left behind most of my childhood then. Turns out I outgrew you. I could never forget what my childhood was like. Watching fireflies on the summer evening. Wrapping up together under a blanket in the cold. Watching our favorite movie with hot chocolate and marshmallows. Trying out a new game, seeing who could make it farther. I could never forget that. So, how much would it take for me to say, forget you? I wish I didn't know. My older self, remember fondly, as I watch the rising sun. There's no room for anger, or hate, or spite. You just have to know when to be done. Side story wise, style wise, it works. Normal style wise, it doesn't. Like from the original game. I also think it's weird, like, Sayori route. Even in my childhood, I suffered. Here, in my childhood, it wasn't hardly as bad. But it's more about the MC, so I kind of understand it. Oh no. Crumble up the paper in my hands as I feel my eyes turn to water and anger course through my veins. I fucked up. Fucked it all up. How? How could I be so stupid? Throw the crumpled up piece of paper at my door and watch the wind carry it down the sidewalk and into a nearby storm drain. I lost her. I'll never get her trust back after this. Part of me wants to scream into the sky, but it's not like it'd do anything to help my case at this point. No apology will fix the damage I've done to her. But maybe I can just make something right by going to the club again to help Monika clean up the mess I made. For the first time in recent memory, I begin the trek to school alone. The walk to school was dreadful, but I somehow managed to keep my mind off of things long enough for me to get to school and through my first few classes. But as the day progressed, my feelings of self-worth only continued to dwindle with my interest in paying attention to my classes. First, I thought they'd be a decent distraction for me to forget about the mess I'm going to have to deal with later. But mind always brings itself full circle to remind me how awful I've treated Sayori. She was my best friend. How could I have forgotten that she was still sensitive around me, that I need to be careful? It doesn't matter now. I blew it. I needed to take the time to talk to her. Regardless of how this turns out, she likely never want anything to do with me ever again. Well, there's nothing I can do about it right now. Things are just going to have to wait. Hopefully I'll get the chance to explain myself to Sayori sooner or later, and we can go from there. Whatever we decide. It really sucks that I'm really going to have to choose between her and Monika. I never wanted that to happen. And how you treated Monika was beyond inappropriate. Just adding Monika there. So I briefly lock eyes before she turns away to face Monika. I wish we could have talked sooner, but there's no turning back now. Look, the truth is, I have feelings for Monika. I've always wanted to spend some time around her, and well, I've had a lot of fun. One by one, the girls shoot either an irritated or dejected look at me, but Monika only smiles. A bit awkwardly, but I'm pretty sure she's just very happy that we actually said that. I really don't think that there's anything that's going to change that. I want to be in a relationship with her, not to spite any of you. I briefly make eye contact with Monika, but because I've come to realize lately, I really like her. We have a strong, warm relationship, and I'd like to continue with it. Turn to Monika, giving her the opportunity to weigh in. Really? Monika clears her throat and adopts a humble posture. So I know how unprofessional this may look on my part, but it's true that Chloe and I have been spending some time outside of the club recently. I don't believe there's anything inherently wrong with that. I see it as my duty as club president to ensure that we all get to know each other and grow closer together. After all, Chloe and I haven't really gotten to spend much time together since he first joined. We only started talking this week. I didn't expect that Cleo and I would fit it off so well, and I do like him back. I'll also admit that I knew that everybody in the club was interested in him, so I made my move. I'm sorry that I didn't talk to any of you first, but I was done waiting for my chance to talk to Chloe. I didn't mean to divide the club like this. I never wanted to hurt anyone. That was never my intention. But I see no real reason why Chloe and I shouldn't be allowed to be together. If that's what he so chooses. Wait, you knew we liked him? And you still went for him without talking to us first? In hindsight, I wish I could have done that, but I wasn't expecting everyone to have this kind of reaction. I mean, Monika, how do you think we'd react? So you all know that you have a crush on him. And you still make your moves on me? You know I confessed to him. He's my best friend. Well, I'm not sure what we are anymore. I'm sorry, Sayori. Honestly, Monika, what you did was very scummy. I knew I would have appreciated a discussion with you about all this prior to you making any moves. Not to mention, how did you know? Okay, so they don't know about one another. That makes more sense. I don't think that's important. It is. I'd appreciate an honest answer from you. For once. Monika sighs. Let's just say when you're the club president, you notice a lot of things about your members. Then you should have known that we wouldn't have reacted very kindly to this. Look, I said I'm sorry. I just told everyone that I didn't mean for this to happen. What more do you want from me? Somehow, Monika, I'm getting the feeling you're not being genuine here. I mean, Natsuki did punch me. You brought my dad. Guys, enough! We're here to fix things, not make them worse. Can we all just apologize for yesterday and agree to never let it happen again? I'll wait for my apology to be taken seriously first. Otherwise, I think I'm done here. Monika, wait! Monika simply ignores me as she turns and walks out the door. Everyone sits in stunned silence for a moment as we process what had just happened. Natsuki is the first to break the silence. Well, some club president she is. She calls Dad an apology. Yeah, I don't think she was really being genuine. Look, I'm going to talk to her. Everyone here does owe each other an apology. Monika definitely needed to word that better, but I think she really meant it. In the meantime, you three should work things out between yourselves. I'll be back. Try not to antagonize each other, please. Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri share an awkward glance with each other as I stand up and leave the room to find Monika. Monika! Monika? Where are you? Damn it, where could she be? I wandered up and down the halls aimlessly, looking for any sign of her. Spent the next few minutes peering into nearly every classroom on this floor, though I eventually conclude that Monika's gone elsewhere. Where could she possibly be? I wonder aloud. I lean on a nearby locker as I rattle off possible ideas as to where Monika could have gone. The band room. I'd rather not search the whole school myself, as it's unlikely she left the school without her belongings. Maybe she went up the roof. It's where I did show her Natsuki's letter, and it's probably the most peaceful place in the school right now. That could also be. It probably wouldn't hurt to check there. I set off towards the stairwell to go up to the roof. I push open the doors leading to the rooftop and begin looking around for Monika. Sure enough, I spot a figure staring at the fenced railing. Strangely enough, it turns out to be Monika. Monika? Monika turns around, startled. Oh, hey, Chloe! Didn't see you there. Sorry, I didn't mean to sneak up on you. You doing okay? Monika forces out an awkward laugh. Yeah, I feel the same way about this too. You could have worded things better back there, though. I know. I'm still a little unnerved by everything. I get that, and honestly, you have every right to be, considering what happened yesterday. I'm glad we got to sort things between us yesterday. If we can set aside our differences, then I know we can do the same for Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. How could you be so sure? We know them best, Monika. They're not complete strangers to us. I just think everyone's on edge, so I don't blame you for still holding this against them. But you still chose to have the club go on, to have us sit down and talk things out. It's what you promised. Chloe, to tell you the truth, I'm wondering if it's really worth going through this effort, and if that promise can be properly upheld. I care about the club. I really do. I want this to be a welcoming place for everyone to enjoy their passions for literature. I want to work things out with everyone. What happened yesterday? With how they reacted to my apology, I don't think the club can be saved, Chloe. Monika. Chloe, look, I know you like me, and honestly, I feel the same way about you. We've established that. The others aren't going to accept us, then let us be together. Let us be together, now I see no reason why we should continue to associate ourselves with them. So a meeting was a waste of time. The sheriff just reported Natsuki to the principal's office and be done with her. Right. I think Monika didn't strike Natsuki, but she definitely said some things. But I can't remember properly right now, I'm sorry. It was hard enough to hide what happened from my parents. Monika, can't you just try one last time to make things right with them? Just try rewording your apology better. It just came out the wrong way. Chloe, at this point, do you really think they'll accept any apology with how they treated me back there? I think it's too late for things. We should just go back, grab our stuff, and move forward together without them. Then maybe they'll come around. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but can we just get out of here? On one hand, Monika may be right here. Things are way too hard in the literature club right now. Maybe we need a few extra days to let things cool down. And how could I refuse an opportunity to spend more time with Monika? Especially since she just admitted she liked me back. This is a golden opportunity for us. But I don't want to see the club fall apart because of petty differences. Or because of me. I'm not sure if it's really worth the trade-off. And if I start today with the hope that we can put everything behind us, and I did start the day with the hope that we can put everything behind us, but this isn't exactly what I had in mind. I'm actually not sure about this one. Monika definitely wants this option, but is it really? The mod has thus far been pretty straightforward with what options correlate with what characters and how close you get to that character. So I guess the obvious thing for the Monika route would be to leave school with Monika? Yeah. I hate to say it, Monika, but you're right. I don't think that can be reasoned with right now. I'm glad we're on the same page now, Chloe. Yeah, me too. Well, let's get our stuff, and I guess we can go to your place for once. That sounds perfect, Chloe! Awesome! Monika and I started walking towards the stairwell. Hey, Chloe. Yeah? I think things are finally starting to look up for us. Yeah, me too. For walking to get to the stairwell, the door suddenly slammed shut. That's new. I attempt to pull the door open, but the door is locked in place. Is this a joke? Are we seriously stuck up here? Actually, Chloe, we don't need our stuff. What? Besides, this isn't the way to my place either. What are you talking about? Without warning, Monika's eyes suddenly glow a bright red emerald green as she grabs onto my shoulders. I'm barely able to choke out a cry of pain as I feel my energy being drained out. I try to push Monika off, but no matter what I do, I'm unable to escape Monika's grasp. My eyes keep staring into Monika's as if they're frozen in place. My vision is filled with red with blood. I can't even blink. Arms and legs feel completely numb. All inscribed for me to take a breath, but my throat refuses to do so. I have nothing but ringing in my ears. My head feels as if it's about to crack into two. I'm entirely weightless. My body is sending so many signals to my brain that I can barely process what's going on. I can't even defend myself. Surely enough, I begin to lose consciousness. Or is it death's embrace? The last thing I see before everything goes dark is Monika's glowing green eyes dominating my vision. You're finally ready. I do feel comfortable enough. Okay. I do feel comfortable enough with allowing you to help shape this reality with me. You've managed to stay loyal to my route by choosing to spend time with me at every opportunity. Perhaps if the base game gave me my own route, it wouldn't have had come to this. I must ask though, did you install this mod just for me? I did install it looking for a Self or a Monika route. You aren't fully in character, though I do think the romance scenes with Monika actually did fit her pretty well with what we had. I'm assuming that this is about the same as last time, so I'm going to go my Monika route, and I'm going to finish it! It didn't work with Monika. So Monika is not a name we can enter. Well, good thing I did decide to save. I had no particular reason for deciding to save. The last 4 messages will help you later on. Is everything all recording? Yeah. Why does my heart ache when I hear you feel the same way too? Just like a Sunday, it's sweet every time. So Monika does not work. Let me try again real quick, Monika. Okay, so Monika really doesn't work. So you know what? Let's type in Natsuki, because I started on the Natsuki route. But that just means that Monika is right and her name cannot ever be the code. Sad how this is all the same. Even Sayori is the first to confess here, but I suppose I not gave there any more reason for that. To be anyone else? But well, there is only one option here, though, even though I picked not put in Natsuki's name. Makes sense. Wait a second, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. I want to be in a relationship with Monika. Chloe, you're serious? After everything I've done, all the horrible sins I've committed just to try to win you over, you still want me? I do. Why? Monika, I've always wanted to be with you. You've always been the girl of my dreams. You're smart, funny, talented, and just about everything. I just never knew how to approach someone as incredible as you. I just didn't think someone as average as me could ever be with someone as perfect as you. You wouldn't think I speak for the player in that regard. Depends. Are we talking about Amy or are we talking about Chloe? And I never knew you liked me back, let alone how far you were prepared to win me over. While I can't condone what you did, I do think you need someone to help you learn how to forgive yourself for what you did. I think the person that can best help you you to do that is me. So, I want to give you a second chance. Let me help you earn everyone's trust back. That way you can learn to forgive yourself and move on. I know you want someone who knows you're more than just what you make yourself to be. You're more than just some cute schoolgirl Monika. You've always been much more than that. She wants to be acknowledged more as just a tutorial character or an advice character. Let me be the first person who treats you what you're really worth. I promise you won't be disappointed. Monika seems to be on the verge of either bursting out in pure joy or break down crying again. Taking a brief moment to collect herself, Monika finally looks on at me with a warm smile. Chloe, no one has ever left me that speechless. And no one has ever shown the level of kindness that you've shown me. Even after everything I just did. I really want to be in a relationship with you too, but you really think I'm deserving of that? Monika, you deserve to find happiness. What you did was wrong, and you have a lot of work to do to fully earn back everyone's trust, but I want to help you. I want you to better yourself. I don't want to see someone like you fall back into their old ways. I care too much about you to let that happen. I see. Well, if that's what you want, Chloe, then I'd be happy to be officially yours. Still can't really believe it's finally happening. I think I need to take a moment to digest all this. Everyone's going to want to get their final say in before we go, so I won't delay them any longer. Before I step aside for a moment, I do want to say that I'm extremely grateful for all you've done here. You've been there for us through our worst and best times. You helped the others start to forgive me and put me on the path towards learning how to forgive myself. It's not something most people would do, Chloe. You really are one of us. And I'm glad that you're a member of the literature club. This place really wouldn't be the same without you. I wouldn't even exist without you. You're the best member of the club that I've had the privilege of knowing. I'm looking forward to what's to come for us. Thank you again, Chloe. I'll be back in a minute. Mark and I share one last smile with each other before she walks off to the front of the room, out of earshot. I then feel a tap on my shoulder. To my surprise, I turn around to see it's Sayori. A flurry of emotions are on her face. I knew sooner or later things were going to come to this. Hey, Chloe. Sayori, how are you doing? Well, I'm not sure I really know the right words for any of that. Well, I always knew it was going to be a long shot for us to ever be a couple. The only chance of that was in the base game. It's just not meant to be. Sayori, you're a great girl and an awesome friend. I know one day you'll find someone who loves and cares for you. I appreciate it. I think you and Monika will be a great couple. I always knew you had feelings for her. You know me too well. Well, I do. Still, I do want to share my concern about something, Chloe. Sure, anything. Look, I support your decision either way. I want you to be happy. I want to forgive Monika too, but she did so many horrible things to us. And you just want to jump into a relationship with her? Look, I completely understand that you don't trust her right now, and for good reason. She needs to earn everyone's trust back, and she needs to learn to forgive herself first. She can earn trust back and still not have forgiven herself. It's the same thing with, you can't love others if you don't love yourself. You can. Is it going to be difficult to have healthy relationships like that? Proper working relationships like that? Yes, it's going to be more difficult than it is for already two people that are not suffering from any type of mental illness. But just saying these people aren't allowed to date or anything like that, or aren't capable of loving others or being good to others, is you just being a piece of shit. Sorry. If you don't want to date someone who is mentally ill, understandable. Maybe you just feel like you wouldn't be able to handle a relationship like that. That's perfectly fine. But saying that they shouldn't try to enter a relationship for as long as they feel that way, if they might have a mental health problem that is not going to ever really go away, If you don't want to date them, sure, but there are others who are capable of having a relationship with them. That might be difficult, but still a working and healthy relationship. So I don't really see this. It's a similar thing here too. She can already start earning back people's trust while still struggling to forgive herself. Will it be more difficult? Probably, yeah. But it's not impossible. It's just, I just hate this phrase of, if you want to love others, you gotta love yourself. Some people will never be able to do that. At least not to the extent that you expect them to. And they still are allowed to try entering romantic relationships and to try loving others. I think I'm in the best position to make sure she doesn't fall back into her old ways. We both know she deserves happiness just like we all do. I know. Just things weren't so sudden. I get that. I'm sorry. But I'm glad you're going to be helping Monika out. She needs you, Chloe. I just still hope we can be friends, Chloe. Of course I still want to be friends with you. Good. I don't know what I'd do if you said no. I do want you to promise me one thing, okay? Yeah, what is it? It helped for your depression, alright? It doesn't have to be therapy, especially in talk therapy. There are different types of therapy. You can also try other things. Look for what works for you. Get help that isn't necessarily therapy. Whatever you can afford right now, whatever you want to try and feel like it could benefit you right now. You know, I hate seeing you like that. I also don't understand this keep going to therapy. That was also there the last time. Has she ever gone to therapy? When was this ever established? Yeah, and then she says whoever will be her therapist. So she isn't in therapy. That was just weirdly phrased. She'd do it for us, and therefore has a lower chance of working. Great. Thank you, Sayori. I'll see you around, okay? You know it, Cinnamon Bun. I love it when you call me that. See you around, Chloe. Thanks for being a part of this club. It really means a lot to me, okay? That was more or less the same at the end there. First struggle for... Just first. I'll cut right to the chase, Chloe. You want to be with Monika after everything she just did? Everything you said to Sayori, so you don't need to repeat yourself to me. But I just hope you know what you're doing. I understand your concern, and I promise you Monika's going to change and be a different person, given time. Well, I guess that's all I can really ask for. You know, we've had quite the ride, you and me. It's been something. Yeah, that line was different. And I don't know how I'm going to deal with you two being together after everything. But I think you set enough of an example first of all. As much... And hey, I hope you keep Monika happy. You'll be hearing from me if you don't. Especially if it tries to kill us again. Noted, Natsuki. Finally. I also can't say I'm particularly thrilled with your decision to be with Monika after all what we've just experienced. I understand your reservations, Yuri. Part of me wants revenge for what she's done to me. She was always in the shadows, manipulating everything. In this case, not really, because if your files really just got corrupted and she had already had difficulty restoring herself, though she most likely would have restored everyone else if we were being realistic, with normal Monika, because normal Monika in Act 1 still wanted the club. So that doesn't really apply. And that's also one thing I wanted to talk about with the world building. Their files It never mentions their files being fixed. They still should struggle with acting out now. Unless Monika did in the background and just never mentioned it. She is the one that ultimately pushed me to cut by messing with my emotions. To cut worse. And she almost killed us. But I think she deserves a chance at redemption. It won't come easily, but she deserves a chance to right her wrongs. You've been patient with me in the past, and perhaps it's time I be patient with her. Thank you, Yuri. Monika walks back up to me as Yuri exits the club room. I hope everything goes well between you and Monika. I'm not sure if it's that different, or if it's just Monika and Sayori swapped, as it was with Natsuki. Monika walks back up to me as Yuri exits the club room. Well, that wasn't terrible. I really was expecting harsher reactions. Everyone's willing to give you another chance, Monika. You just have to earn it. I know, and I want to earn their trust back. I'm willing to do it. The right way this time. I just hope I can do it. Well, why don't we talk about that tonight? Just you and me. You want to take me out somewhere? Yeah, I do. I think we both earned an evening to ourselves to relax and digest what happened. You're really too kind, Chloe. Well, there's no use staying around here. Shall we go? You go on ahead. I'll meet you at my place later. Okay, I'll see you soon, Chloe. Monika and I exchange one last smile before she too heads out and disappears into the hallway, sitting back in a chair as Monika leaves the club room, taking in the newfound silence. It's finally over. The tears, the name calling time. That was all the same. This is also Monika the most. He mentioned I care about them with all of my heart. Monika the most. She needed us now more than ever to help her learn how to forgive herself and how to become a better person. I know the player cares about her just as much as I do. I hope we can both care and watch over her together. Thank you, whoever you are. You'll always be welcome in the literature club. Hey, Chloe! Ready to go? You know it. I take Monika's hand as we walk off towards the city to enjoy our evening together. I think I finally get around to giving her that camellia I got during our walk yesterday. Would be nice. Oh! Poems and literature? Poems! Poems! Something with poems! The special song of the original game, there were like 2 extra songs. Poems? I need to look away again so I don't get spoiled for the Natsuki Yuri images. Any more than I did last time. Fuck. I'm going to quickly check out my phone. I have it saved in a playlist where I have multiple DDLC songs, remixes, whatever. Poems and poems. Poems are forever! I remembered the Doki Doki by Neki Kayla. But yeah, Poems Are Forever, there we go. By Shoji! Yeah. So yeah, I went on a little tangent there at the end, but It's not as much with the mod as it is just a general thing that pisses me off in general. I think this Monika route made me feel a bit more comfortable with Monika's character, though not at large because her goals and everything still don't make sense. I also don't understand why she would be so into also like with the lip biting, with the seductive expressions, with the intimate things. There you go. I'm not sure if that really makes sense because in Act 3 she's kind of like a bit more reserved, saying like, we're not that far into our relationship yet, when talking about sending pictures, sharing images on her, sharing images with her on Twitter, that we shouldn't just send her nude pictures because we're not that far into a relationship yet. But outside of that, I think also the little conversations we had did make sense. And I do feel like it does make sense for her to also develop a bit of a relationship with Chloe, like DMC. I wish DMC was given a bit more personality because then I could see it with her, in fact, being okay with trying to be in a relationship with him even if the player isn't much connected anymore, that she'd at least be willing to try it. Because right now, his personality really is just nice guy. And that's not that interesting. I wish there was a bit more to the relationship, but I think overall it made her character feel a bit better because the way, first and foremost, especially during that night up on that mountain watching over the city, when she was talking about her philosophy, I could imagine that being one of Monika's monologues in Act 3. It had a similar vibe of her language, of how she speaks. As well as that some of the more romantic parts did in fact just make more sense for her. And I felt like that added a bit more to her, feeling a bit more like Monika and taking a bit off the edge of the character and easing the fall of the accuracy of the canon, from what I can tell, points. Because it feels a little bit more like Monika now. There were still some struggles. I also really enjoyed that they included how her I almost said her DDLC. Your reality was kind of still being in the working while she was doing all while she was still active in the game. And that the second verse would have been made around the time of end of Act 1, beginning of Act 2, I'd say. That was my theory. So I think it did in fact improve the relationship. It's just that original flaws such as she saw into the other reality and at the very least saw Act 3 and how that wasn't really what Monika wanted after deletion. Even mentioning how that wasn't how it, like, Monika doesn't say it up straight, but basically what she's saying is that she missed the literature club with her final lines. Like I said, I'm going to read that one more time after I finished the complete mod. I finished all routes and went through everything again. I think there was also a credits file extra again and some extra content that I can check out in the background while I go through the complete review. And also the world building problems still remain. And just a bit of the phrasing things. For example, I know that you might end up saying weird things while you're angry, like with the psychopath. But I'm also going to be very passionate about that and going to be very emotional and say using that as an insult. Nobody has really pointed that out because I haven't uploaded any of the videos yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if some people thought that, because sometimes when you're angry you just say stupid things. But I was also very angry there, so I can also say that. Still, I would prefer if people really started using it less. And yeah, I think the relationship with Monika was improved her character, even though there are still some flaws. And some specific things from the past, the thing that improved is that I can believe that Sayori, due to the new situation, the altercation of her files, and the way that she hadn't had the full force of the epiphany, I can kind of believe her reaction more in that one bad ending where you don't interfere when they attack Monika. But then there are once again the problems with the world building that kind of add to that. So, to that scene, but also in general with the ending. But I want to go into all of that completely more structured, so that I have a few points on the side already on some piece of paper, maybe even, to mention how shaky the world building feels. And I know it's a mod, and like I said, it's kind of more fanfiction. I still would have been happy having a bit more, a bit of a better world building. It does need to be 100% perfect, but these things are like contradicting each other. They're not just like shaky as in there's some things that I wish would be explained more because it's currently a bit underexplained. This is just there are straight up contradictions even in there. So, but we'll leave that for later. Overall, I must say, aside from some of the ending portions, which are basically things I already brought up with the Sayori route, I overall enjoyed, I think, the Monika route maybe a little bit better. Not really, I think I enjoyed them around the same. I think the romance is fairly well done here. There are a few flaws with it, but I think overall, especially with the scene on the mountains, that it fit Monika's character and it did feel pretty romantic to me too. Speaking about philosophy with Monika, that's of course very romantic for me. But yeah. End of the Monika route. Natsuki route is next. I've already seen a lot about it. Well, I mean from what I've seen and the one image I accidentally saw during the credits. But I am excited to finally spend time with her and then Yuri. Oh. Right, I need to completely leave this. Well, goodbye. Have a good night, morning, evening, and stay safe. And know that Monika loves you.
Don't get the wrong idea! When we touch, you'll never be enough. Is it way too much if you had to choose just one of us? Tell me please, is this what I think or is it just me? Don't wake me up from this sweet little dream where we'll be together forever, we're never gonna be apart.